family has now filed a federal civil rights lawsuit. The I-Team Sarah Wallace has this exclusive. Sarah?
Well, Sabila, the allegations are explosive. In these court papers, the family alleges that school officials in Valley Stream failed to prevent the brutal, racially motivated attack, refused to notify police, and then tried to cover up the assault.
How could this happen?
16-year-old Zion Guzman Milton says he refused to be forced out of his school by fear. This was him in his hospital bed in 2014. It took 32 stitches to close up his head after doctors performed emergency surgery to ease swelling on the brain.
I felt like my head was just being stomped on by somebody, and I just couldn't sleep at all.
The hemorrhage and skull fracture he suffered came from a knockout punch delivered by an older white student at Valley Stream South High School. Zion says what's so disturbing to him is that the assault happened in a stairwell inside the school. What do you think of that?
Where was the security? Where was the teacher there? Where was anybody there to stop this?
He says he had been getting a book out of his locker when he was approached by a white student he didn't know.
He started saying names, calling me names like Applejack, and
Racial names.
yes.
There was no security. So there's a real concern there. The second thing is that we have a real issue here with how the school dealt with this.
Zion's parents say they were originally told their son had been found unconscious in a bathroom here and that school officials weren't sure what had happened. The family says that even though the boy was in obvious pain, no one called for help, so they requested an ambulance.
I was a wreck, all right? I was nervous. I didn't know what happened to my son. I didn't know if he was dead or alive, believe it or not.
Zion's father claims it got worse when 2 Nassau County police officers arrived with the ambulance. He says the principal was furious.
You felt that you were kind of being blamed?
Felt? No, I know we were being blamed. There was no feeling about it. It was definitely walking into the building and this lady was very disrespectful and saying that we did something to them as opposed to something happening in the school and to our son.
Do you believe this was racial?
Most definitely. I believe that my son would have probably been in jail on that day if he would have did that to this white gentleman, for sure.
I can't speak to you anymore.
Okay, okay.
The principal, who approached us as we were videotaping outside the school, told us there are 2 sides to every story, but declined to comment any further. Zion, hospitalized for 4 days, says he was stunned when he saw his attacker back at school. The I-Team has learned that student later pleaded guilty to a misdemeanor, his record sealed.
It was like a slap on the wrist. He assaulted me, then he went back to school like 2 weeks later.
In federal court papers, the family also alleges that Zion was bullied, threatened, and harassed by friends of the attacker after the incident, that school officials have done little to deal with ongoing safety issues. The district denies all of the allegations.
The school is not safe, all right? There's real safety issues.
What's a message in general that you think needs to come out of this?
Treat all the students in your school the same. No one's different in your school.
Zion and his family say they're speaking out now, hoping it may prompt a real dialogue on race relations not only in Valley Stream, but elsewhere on Long Island as well. Chuck?